Hallo everybody, guten Tag. How are you all doing? Wie geht's? I'm sure good. So this time I'm back with a special bonus video for this month. This is specifically requested. A topic has been asked and I'm making a video for the same. This topic is called as Redepartikel or Modalpartikel in German. Well, not so common, but it will again be very useful once you start speaking, and specifically you are speaking to native speakers. They are going to use that for sure, and if you use them, you will again make a big impression on them. This topic is certainly touched in various levels, starting from A1, A2, it progresses ahead. Because as I told you, this is a topic which is specifically used only for in spoken German. There are a lot of applications of the same. These modal particle or redepartikel, which I would say in English are the words which make a particular sentence more lively, more with emotions, and something which makes a sentence more convincing. So we have some few words in German, of course, which are used as redepartikel, but each of these words would have different applications with respect to situation. So it can be a topic which can be a very exhaustive and best learned when you actually start using them. But well, of course, to use them, you need to have some prior understanding for the same, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to introduce you to the five basic modal particle. Very minimal, or the basic application of them where you can never go wrong. And once you start using them and once you start listening to these again in further sentences, you will have a confidence to use them ahead as well. So let's see which are the ones which we are going to look today. As you can see, we are going to talk about ja, aber, doch, mal, and schon. These words are probably not new to anybody who is learning German. You have come across this, and very commonly ja, because ja is yes in German, right, as a yes word. Let us see the application as redepartikel. When it is used in a sentence, it is more to emphasize something which is known or understood. Let's see this with an example. Ich habe Lotto gewonnen. Das ist ja super. Das ist ja wirklich eine echte Überraschung von dir. As you see in these examples, you are trying to emphasize on a particular event which is already known, which you so much agree with something, or something which is understood. This makes a sentence more polite and a more convincing way. Same word ja, when it is used in an imperative form, when you are trying to give a command or an order, it is more like a warning. It's in German, it is called as Warnung. Let us see the example. Mach die Aufgabe ja schnell. Lass mich ja in Ruhe. So as you see in the example, the first one you're trying to say something which is like, please do it really fast. You're trying to emphasize on then. Or in the second one, what you see is like you're really asking somebody to let you be in peace. So this is more like a warning or a very polite way of giving a warning, I would say. This was the first application of the first modal particle which we are talking today is ja. Let's move ahead to the next one, which is schon. Now schon gives you an idea of something like reassurance. Something where you're trying to make a person understand, or you're trying to reiterate on the same topic. Let us see an example. Die schlechten Zeiten werden schon vorbei. Du kannst schon schaffen. So in both these examples, you see you are trying to pacify somebody, you're trying to reassure somebody that something what is happening will be passing by, or you are definitely going to achieve this, nothing to worry. So it's always more in the direction of reassurance. That is what you need to remember. So next we move on to the further radial particle, which is mal. Mal, it is used in a very polite way, a very polite gesture, something like an advice. When you want to give an advice to somebody, but in a little polite way, you'll be using mal. Let us see the first example. Könntest du mal mir helfen? Bring mir mal einen Tee. Hättest du mal einen Moment für mich? In all the three sentences, as you notice, you are requesting or you're asking somebody for some help, but apart from the verbs used, which are definitely the polite way of asking, mal makes it more colloquially convincing to a person. And once you use that word mal, it will have a different impact on the person altogether. So mal, you can remember as a very definitely used in advices and in a very polite way. Let's move on to the next one, which is aber. Aber, when used in imperative sentences, it is most of the times used to convey some kind of a surprise, some kind of something which is not expected. Let's see the examples. Das Sofa kostet nur 300 Euro. Das ist aber teuer. Wie hat dir den Film gefallen? Das war aber langweilig. In both the examples you see, you are surprised with the cost of the sofa and you're trying to say this is really expensive, and you express it with aber teuer. And in the second one, you are like, the film is really boring, and just instead of using something like really, you're trying to use the modal particle, which makes it a little more German styled. And we see the last modal particle or the radial particle for today, which is doch. So when doch is used in a sentence, it is again very much in the direction of advice. Let's see the example. Du solltest doch anders machen. Die Gemüse muss man doch klein schneiden. Very much you are giving an advice to somebody, but you want to make it a little more polite way, and then doch can be used where you're trying to say that you're not supposed to do it the other way around, you're supposed to do it this way. When I say to somebody, die Gemüse muss man doch klein schneiden, probably the person is not doing it right. Probably the person is cutting them really in big chunks, and this is what you want to tell. Don't do it this way. They have to be done more in this manner. So this is where doch comes into picture, which makes it more clear that not this, but the other way around is the correct way of doing it. Let's see the further application of doch. Das ist doch nicht wahr. Ich gehe auf eine Party heute Abend. Das ist mir doch völlig egal. So where you see in both of these examples, like taking the second example for the explanation purpose, somebody is mentioning that the person is going for a party tonight and you are just totally against, and you're just trying to say it doesn't matter to me at all, which is a little contradictory idea, and you're trying to say that that's absolutely does not matter to me. Das ist mir doch völlig egal. So you are trying to make across a comment which is not convincing to you, but you want to put it across to a person in an absolutely different way. Let's see the first example. Das ist doch nicht wahr. Wherein you are surprised and you are like absolutely not agreeing to this, saying this cannot be true. It's again a contradictory idea. So as you can see, I would really want you all to read through all of these examples once again to get a better understanding of them. Even if you can start using few of them, in your sentences that will make a lot of difference, and eventually you will understand that the remaining ones are also making so much of sense when you use them in your colloquial German. Remember one thing, Redepartikel are very much the part of colloquial German, where most of the times you will see native speakers using them. In the written format, in reports, in any kind of written format, it is hardly used. So once again, we end today's video here. We shall be back. We shall be continuing with our German series in February as well. And this time, as usual, on Friday with some topic of grammar which I'm sure you will be expecting to watch. So, bis dann, bis Freitag. Tschüss.